Will marriage help or hurt a financial independence journey? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about financial independence and marriage and my experiences so far. So for the purpose of this video, again, I'm going to be dividing this up into two sections. So theory, what is kind of accepted as common theory about financial independence, and then actual practice and my own experience. So what I've seen in my experience and sort of exceptions to the generally accepted theories. So that's what I'm talking about in today's video. So thank you for watching. I am running some errands and I thought I'd just kind of take you along with me to share kind of some thoughts and musings on financial independence and marriage, because this is something I've been thinking about a whole lot. So I just got married actually 2 weeks ago, and before we got married, my new husband and I had several conversations about marriage and finances in general. I am very interested in finance, and this is sort of my hobby. I love talking about this stuff because I love demystifying and destigmatizing discussions about money matters. So he kind of comes from a different background where it's impolite to talk about money, so we kind of had to mesh our two styles together, and I'm really happy that we were able to have those conversations. So going back to sort of the theory of financial independence, I've watched a couple other videos on marriage and financial independence, and generally the accepted theory is that it's easier to gain financial independence when you're married, provided that both members of the marriage share the same goal and are on the same path together. That's key for anything. So that's the big sort of proviso there. It's easier if both members work. That's not always the case, because if one member stays home and is able to manage the sort of home economy within a dollar, like to the penny, that can be a great sort of financial defense strategy. However, and again, this is sort of, exceptions to the theory, kids will throw a whole other level of complexity into your financial independence plans. I know there are several examples of people, especially here on YouTube, who have gained financial independence with children that has almost always involved some form of geo-arbitrage, meaning they had to move to a cheaper location, usually out of the US. Not always, but usually. To add to the idea why it's easier to gain financial independence when you're married, you can split expenses, right? And the idea that two can live as cheaply as one, you can kind of share expenses. If you have to pay for yourself to live in a room, it's just as easy to invite another person into your home, or to split expenses. I don't want to say split expenses because you're both then sharing one financial goal and sharing one financial financial budget statement, right? So that's another reason why being together, financial independence, is generally easier when you're married. Underneath that, so on the third point, I would also say that financial independence is easier when you're married, provided you, I don't want to say have a happy marriage, but provided that you share the same goal and are on the same path. You can encourage one another. And encouragement is always positive and generally leads to, in most cases, leads to a sense of overall well-being and greater happiness, and happiness always leads to who doesn't want to be happier. So that's the general theory about financial independence. Moving over into the practice section of financial independence, and I will just kind of share my story overall. So I knew I've always wanted to find a partner and to be married. I had in my head that I would find this partnership and just enjoy sharing life with someone, which is exactly what is happening right now. And I feel so thankful and grateful and overwhelmed by the reality of what is happening in my life right now. And that's something that if someone told me, you're not going to reach financial independence because you're married, I would say I would trade it to be happy right now. But I don't believe that's true at all. But I know that the happiness that I feel right now, you can't put a price on, is not purchasable. So that's one element. The other element is we do both want kids, and that's something that we're actively planning for and working towards. So that's another element that we're going to be adding, good Lord willing, into our lives and are excited to add into our lives. The third element is we're both old. Like, I'm 39, he's older than me. So we both have a life kind of that we've built. And in his case, he has assets. In my case, I'm a custodian of assets. So if you're new here, I live with my mom and I help her to maintain the house that she owns and has equity in. So at this moment, we are not able at this point to combine expenses to save any money at this point. Good Lord willing, again, 6 months, a year down the road, that may look different. Good Lord willing, that will look different. So I'm excited and looking forward to that. Immediately, there are going to be no direct changes to my path and my journey to financial independence, other than I'm just a whole lot happier, because this is exactly what I had envisioned. I feel like it sounds cliche, but I feel like everything in my life has been preparing me for this. I've been prepared for this life that I'm living now by what's come before in my life. And I am to say that I'm 39 years old and I have found this happiness that I have sought for so long. I am proud and happy to say that. And I just want to say to anyone else who's out there and kind of searching or even has given up searching, don't give up. It's worth it. So when it comes to financial independence, I think for me, most of all is continuing to find levels of contentment in my journey and my story right now. And I've known that is the most important thing and the most critical thing in my financial independence journey, is being content and not looking to external sources, people or things or events or anything else to augment my happiness. And I think that right now, what's happening right now, being married, is simply a reflection of what's already happened inside of me. So that's something, again, that I'm insanely thankful for. So overall, again, that's still the path. I am on the path to financial independence. Timeline may change depending on these variables. We'll see. And it's kind of a day-by-day journey to find contentment outside of finances. So that's what I got for you in my financial independence journey. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Let me know, please, in the comments if there's anything else, if you guys have any questions or any topics you'd like to hear from me on. I really enjoy interacting with you. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I hope you keep watching. Bye.